guys, hello, my name is Yelena. Welcome back to my channel. Today I need to decorate some cookies for baby shower, and this will be baby in bloom theme and it's gender reveal. So I'll have a set, so I'm gonna do some baby onesie or sorry, I'm all in colors, like a sack, and then I have baby bottles. And I also gonna have like a little plaque with which gonna say baby in bloom, and a little floral with pinks and blues kind of flowers on it. All right, so as you can see, I already started. I outlined all my white details first, so I'm gonna start with that, so that way it starts kind of drying, crust over, and then I can put the finishing details on it. So for the baby bottle, the bottom portion will be filled in white, so I outlined that and my stiff royal icing, and I already pre-filled the top portion of the baby bottle, so you can see on this one too. All right, so the onesies will be half pink, half blue, and I pre-mixed all that. So I have light blue color, I do have light pink color, so those are flooding consistencies, and I also have the same shade and stiff consistency for the detail accents, and I'm gonna pipe flowers with that as well. All right, so let's start with filling the white part first. So I have a bag already filled up, so I'm just gonna snap the corner of the piping tip, and I'm gonna fill what I outlined first. All right, so I'll just take a regular scissors and let me snap just a little nose tip. All right, let's not do it over the cookies. All right, so just like that. And let's start by just gently squeeze from the bag and fill our shape. I like to go around the edges first, so that's kind of creates my little border. So make sure I don't overfill the cookies and they don't start escape from outside the edge. And then I go in and fill the middle part. I like to go kind of the zigzag motion, so again just make sure my icing is consistent, so not like some you squeeze too much and another like thin, so kind of do it all the same. All right, so do the same on the bottles. Go around the edge first like that, and then go back in and fill that. All right, so this is all filled up, and we do have a little muggy weather outside, so I'm gonna try to dry them out as quick as possible. So I'm gonna put them under the fan, so that way they will crust over quicker and my work will be quicker too. All right, so put this under the fan and I'll come back to work on this tray. All right, so now I have a few more bottles here, so continue with my white. Pretty good. Now again on a onesie will be half blue, half pink, so I'm gonna outline them first. So I'm gonna take my stiff icing, and this one pale pink, I just used Americolor neon pink and just added a tiny little drop to make light blue. All right, so just a little bit opening. Let's go ahead, outline that. like that. Right, and do the same for the blue, so stiff icing. And go ahead, outline that. Or you don't have to outline. If you are confident with your icing consistency and you know that it's not gonna go over the edge, then just do how you like to. Now it's gonna, I have the same shade of pink just in flooding icing, so it's the same icing that I mixed here, and I just added water until it's my flooding running consistency. All right, so again, I like to go around the edges first, go around my shape, so gonna create a little border. All right, and then fill in the middle. So I'll do this for the pink. All right, so I feel that. So now I'm gonna put this under the fan, and the first tray should be already ready for do a couple extra details. All right, let's switch the trays. All right, so on baby bottles here, so we need to fill this part. So let's do them in pink. So just go back in and outline like that. I like when I overlap a little bit, so that way my seams are straight. And of course, because of that, just build a little bit on the side, just a little taller. Like that. And if it's a little jaggy for what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna do like a little lines on top, so we're not gonna see any of that. So always kind of look for your design, what you can get away with, and that way you don't stress out so that everything needs to be perfect. I hope I make sense. You know, if that can be covered with other details in your design, then don't worry about it. All right, we'll do the filling. Oh, and because, almost forgot, because it's a little deeper, put a little stiff icing on the bottom, like so. And then go with flooding over top, so that way it doesn't concave on you. It will give you a little bit more body, just like that. All right, so that's one. Two. All right. So this tray need to continue fully dry. All right, so this one I can't touch until I can actually pick up the cookie. All right, so, and first tray, as soon as it crusts a little over, I'm gonna finish my bottles like this, and I'm gonna also let it dry completely. Okay, so this set we'll have to come back to it tomorrow. This is still the same day, so you can kind of touch the cookies and I can lift them up. They don't crack, so I think I'm gonna proceed with the next step on this one. So on this ones I need to write a message, so I'm gonna use my Pico, my projector. So right there, sorry, ignore the mess, I'm doing all other cookies as well. So I have my projector And there's a message. I already kind of centered it, and I'm gonna write it in pretty green, this olivey green color. All right, so that's my message. So I'm gonna do this for the other cookies. So that's that. And now I can go ahead and on this one's will be like a greenery. So I'll just pipe some random and this guys will also kind of have like a greenery, but more of a like a line and a line, like that pattern. So this is not tipped, just from the back, so you can squeeze it like that and will make you little leaves. So you can do a little bit like that way, random. All right, so here's my 2 trays for these cookies. Now they will have some stenciling going on, and I need to put large flowers on it. So for me, not to use all different bags. So remember, that's the bags I use for outline of the onesies. So I'm gonna use this first and do my little details, and then I'm gonna cut the bag and put the tip on it, and I'm gonna do flowers. So that way I only use 1 bag and I don't need to waste more. All right, so let me go get my stencil. All right, so I have this pretty scrolly stencil. I usually buy my stencils on Amazon, or you can actually check Temu, Etsy. They all have all the little cute things. All right, so just pick a color. Let's start with pink one. So let's do the bottle. All right, and I'm gonna lay my stencil right over it like that. So I'm gonna cover the white part. Just pick which way I like. All right, and that's my bag. So go ahead and like open up, and I have my little spatula. So I just go in, dip, grab some icing on my spatula, hold the stencil slightly because the cookies was dipped today, so it's still kind of nice and soft, so very gentle. Or you can leave it this step till tomorrow, so make sure it's all nice and dry. All right, but I'm gonna do it now, and lightly, with light pressure, go ahead and start pushing your icing through the stencil like so. So that way it's all, so light pressure, so that way your icing doesn't give in. All right, and then try to do this one sweep like that, so kind of make sure your icing is not too rough. and carefully peel it off. And that's what we have, very pretty bottle. And then remember I said I'm gonna have some details on top of the bottle. So see, now we didn't have to touch this bag. So the same bag, just go back, and I'm gonna just add squiggles like that. Just one motion, go up and down. And there you go, our little baby bottle. So I'm gonna continue do this. So I'm gonna do pink one and the same blue one, and I'll come back. In the onesie, we'll do the same thing, only on the whole cookie. Like so. Clean it if you need it. And then we do need to put a little detail for the sleeves. So just gonna put line like that. And then for the tie sock, so that's your little onesie. Isn't cute? All right, now I got two tips. One is 102. That's the smallest rose tip that I have, and a little star tip shape. This is number 16. Okay, this is Wilton 102, and this one's Sunny Side Up Bakery. This is one from Hobby Lobby. So this one number 16, or just whichever you want. And we're gonna do flowers on these cookies. So let's start with the light pink one. Remember I said I'm not going to use any other bags. So this is how I do that. So here's the bag. And let's start first with the rose tip. So I'm going to cut the bag about up to here. Like that. Put the icing tip over it. Then I'm gonna use the tape to attach to it, like that. Turn it around and do it the same on the opposite side. Okay, so it doesn't slip on us. All right, so now you have a bag with the rose tip on top. And let's start with the larger cookie. Actually, let's take a turntable. All right, we'll take a turntable, little paper towel, put the cookie on top. All right, so rose tip. Let's put large giant flower in this stuff. So just like you do with buttercream, gonna start squeezing little petals like that. And again, here is whichever you wanna do, no rules. Little buds like that. Little cookies, we can do tiny flowers with this tip like that. Now take this off. So that's what's inside the tip. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a toothpick and kind of try to take some of the icing out. Because if you have another tip like this, you're just welcome to use another tip. For some reason, that's the only one set I have for this little tips. So, but it's fine, the colors. Well, just you can rinse it too. All right. And now we'll attach that rose tip on a blue icing. And do exact the same. So squeeze. Here we go, and we're already in blue, so we're good. And other cookies. Take it off, and we're gonna put the little star tip on it and put tape over. See, so I'm not using any more bags. All right. Now I'm gonna do like a little rosettes. Little star tip type of flower. Kind of fill in that bottom part of the cookie. All right. I'll do the same on this other one. On this one. Now I'll fill more to this cookie. Now we can add a little white detail, so just a regular white icing. Let's go ahead and add middles to our flowers. You can always just add. The more details you want to do, the prettier it will be. And see, I'm not really doing any details as far as the shape of the different flowers. It's pretty basic, but look how it looks so nice and soft. And all right, so I'm all done with that. So I'm gonna leave it dry till tomorrow, and we'll check on them tomorrow. All right, we'll see you later, guys. All right, guys, so this is next day. I kind of arranged them all on one tray. So here's the finished cookies. I think they turned out pretty cute. The bottles, and here's the floral onesies. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Bye. Love you so much.